guys, it's Margaret here, and I am making a super great treat. I've never made it before, so I'm pretty excited about this recipe. It's called no-bake chocolate peanut butter ice cream sandwiches. Oh my gosh, right? It is made in our ice cream sandwich maker, which is pretty dynamite. It's silicone. The two silicone trays are where you put the bread part or the cake part, and you can bake in these. So you could bake cookie dough in this, make 2 sheets of cookie dough, and then snap this plastic form onto one of them and fill it with ice cream, and then put the other one on top. And you'll see how I do it with this no-bake recipe. But you could bake brownies, or you could bake cookies in here, or you can do a no-bake. You can even put like Rice Krispie treats in here and make a Rice Krispie treat or a Fruity Pebbles kind of ice cream sandwich. So this is a pretty clever, cool idea. So let's get started. I love this recipe, and what appealed to me the most were 2 things. No bake, don't have to turn the oven on, and there are only 3 ingredients: peanut butter, brownie mix, and ice cream. Gosh, you can't go wrong with that, right? So here we go. We're gonna get started with 1.5 cups of brownie mix from a brownie packet. So I had over half left, so I think you could make 2 batches of this with 1 brownie mix. We'll have to see. Again, it's the first time I'm making this. And then we're gonna do 1 cup, oh no, I'm wrong, half a cup of peanut butter. So 1/2 cup. The best tool to use to measure goopy things like peanut butter or shortening or sour cream or that kind of thing is the measure all cups. So how it works is you can do liquids on one side and pour it in and see it right here on the blue side. Where is it? Right here. It measures everything: cups, ounces, tablespoons, teaspoons, milliliters, all that kind of thing. And it does a great job of liquids. But what it really does well is solids that are goopy. So you would fill this up with peanut butter, like I'm gonna do. I got a second jar out thinking I needed a whole cup of peanut butter, but I only need a half a cup. So you put it in. Scraper, of course, is the best job to do this with. My favorite is the small mix and scraper, the one I'm using right here. Put all the rest of that back in there. So you fill it up, half a cup, and now normally with a regular measuring cup, you would have to scrape the whole thing out, right? But instead with this, you just plunge it and scrape it right off. Is that not amazing? Separate the 2 pieces and they go right in the top rack of the dishwasher. See, bottom and top. Mine is getting older, so it doesn't slide quite as good, but I think you guys get the idea. See, top rack of the dishwasher. So there we go. Used to be called the Wonder Cup. Isn't that funny? Okay, here we go. So now you just blend this together. I love my batter bowl because it's got a great handle on it. It's glass. It goes in the oven or the microwave. It comes with a great lid so you can store things in it. You can mix up things, and you know, like if you were doing a filling for something, you mix it up in here and then put the lid on and save it for when you need to use it. Same goes with like pancake batter. If you were to make pancakes one morning and you wanted to save some of the batter for the next day because you didn't need to make them all, just save it right in here. And this is a great pancake one because it has this wonderful spout right here. Okay, it says in the directions that the batter will be dry, and it's dry, but that's okay. It's still going to blend up, I think, pretty well here. I'm going to try to do this business, get that off in there to get all that peanut butter in there because that's where all the moisture's coming from. But it is no-bake, you know, and you don't even have to put it on the stovetop. A lot of those no-bake cookies you boil, right, with some milk and some sugar and butter, and then you mix in the oatmeal, and then that heating process makes it so they kind of solidify. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to get all of this mixed in, and then I'll be right back once I start filling the trays. Okay, so I got started on filling the trays with the dough, and it came together real quickly after I started smushing it around a little bit more. So I'm using the medium, which is the medium scoop, which is my favorite cookie scoop. It makes the perfect size cookie. It's about 2 tablespoons. We have 3 different stainless steel scoops: the small, medium, and large. The large one is perfect for filling cupcakes or muffin pans. The small one is perfect for mini muffin pans, and the middle one is perfect for cookies. And that seemed to be the right size to me. The recipe actually called for the large scoop, but it didn't look like enough dough to make 12 scoops. So I was pretty close, and it took, yep, here we go. I just have a tiny bit left. I'm gonna find the one that has the least amount, maybe right here. And then this dough is not sticky. I'm gonna put some over here where it was a little shy too. This dough is not sticky whatsoever. I think the amount of peanut butter in it and how dry it is with the amount of brownie mix makes it so it's not really even sticking to my fingers. It's not gooey whatsoever. So the best thing I found, you could use a scraper or a spatula to smoosh. Oh, that works actually pretty good. Just spread it in, use your fingers to maybe get it into the corners, and just spread it all out. So we're staying within the little wells of both sheets. And once we get both completely flattened out, so here's the one completely flattened out, we're gonna put the divider in and fill it with ice cream. All right, I've got both sides terrifically ready. Now I got the kind of brownie mix that has some little chocolate chips in it. So let's see how that works out. Might be easier when you have just non-chocolate chip, but man, it's gonna taste good. You can see the chocolate chips right there. But it pressed into the molds quite easily. This would be something kids, you know, like 10 and up could easily do. This would be perfect for the kids. So now I'm gonna take the frame and I'm just gonna choose one of these and I'm gonna poke that right onto the frame. Poke it right onto the tray. And there's two little center knobs. Here, I'll show you on the one that I didn't use. Right here, these two little center knobs. And you just poke that right over those two center diamonds, and then the rest of it just seals around the outer edge. Now you fill this with ice cream. So you need about a half a cup of ice cream, which is about one good scoop and another maybe half a scoop. About like that. So, and then we want to flatten it down. But I'm going to fill them all up first and then I'll flatten it down. And our ice cream scoop, oh my gosh, you guys. Do you have this? It's really nice. It gets the really hardest, frozenest ice cream out. I think it does a great job. I should probably go get a spoon to do this, but my family's gonna eat this, so they don't care. So it does, it has this kind of beak. I think it's a beak shaped. See the edge? It's kind of scalloped. See how it's kind of like a beak right here and it's scalloped right here? That's what seems to just tear right into the ice cream and do a really good job. Oh, I just need like a half of one here. And it goes right in the dishwasher, which I love that about it, because sometimes in my house it just gets sat on the side of the sink. It doesn't get rinsed. And of course you could just rinse it and put it on the drain board and then it'd be done. But we're a really big ice cream family and it doesn't always get rinsed. So sometimes it needs the dishwasher or a good soak. Okay. I've almost got this filled up, you guys. Oh, this is gonna be so good. So you could use, I think, other kind of butters, you know, I don't know, almond butter might be a little bit too runny for this. The peanut butter worked really well. I think you could, I don't know, experiment with it. But again, you could use all kinds of different types of cakes and cookie batters to make this work. Okay, let's see if I've got this right. I'm gonna use my same scraper that I was using to flatten it before, which I love this thing. It's called the Scoop and Spread. It is the best sandwich making tool. It is the best bagel tool. It cuts avocados open and scoops them out like nobody's business. Seriously, Scoop and Spread, it's awesome. And it is, it's just smashing this down quite nicely. Look, see, I'm just keeping it kind of within the bounds there and squishing it down. My ice cream is starting to melt, so I kind of got to work quick here. But I'm gonna put this in the freezer and it'll freeze up, and that's what will, you know, keep it all together. So I'm just trying to get it flat so that it's kind of even with the top of the mold. Here we go. Of course, when you bake the goods first, if you had a recipe that was a baked recipe, you would let it cool completely and then you'd fill it, of course. Rice Krispie treats though. I saw one, I think it was, oh gosh, I think I mentioned this just a minute ago, but I think it was Fruity Pebbles. And I think that would be really good. I'm gonna get a tiny bit more ice cream here for a few little divots I see. Because you gotta have it completely full. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. Now what you do is you take the other side. This is where you got to be a little bit coordinated. At least I do. I really got to try to do this. And then you just flip it over. There we go. And get those little holes right in there. Get those holes right in there. The side. I'm gonna go put this in the freezer and I'll see you back here when they're done. Hi you guys, I'm back. Well, I have a confession to make. Last night when we dug into these beauties, I totally forgot that I was making a video. And so you're gonna see shortly that a few of these are missing. Anyway, I didn't want to let you think I completely forgot about you, because this morning I went, oh my gosh, I didn't finish making my video. So here's what happens. So you put this in the freezer. It gets pretty darn solid. And let's see what these look like. I haven't peeked at them yet this morning. I leave them in here. You could pull them all out, put them in, maybe wrap them in wax paper and then put them in a big gallon size freezer Ziploc bag. That might be a really great idea, because then you can use this again. We tend to just leave them in here, eat them out of here, clean it up, and make a new batch when we're done eating all of them. But it does take a while to freeze. Depends on your deep freeze, depends on the temperature. In my in-the-house freezer, these take a very long time, hours. But in my outside fridge or freezer, they're ready to eat within an hour or so. Sometimes a couple hours. Depends on how soft the ice cream was going in. But let's take a look here. So you peel back one of the silicone. There we go. Oh, this did pretty good. See? You peel this back. Take this off. And then you can take the bottom one off. And you just kind of pop this out. Sometimes you got to get a little bit, maybe get some kind of a straight edge to get it out. But let's see. I've got a strange angle going so I can show. Here, let's just do this. Let's put it through the other side. I'm just going to poke it through. Now, we're thinking we like the baked ones better. This is delicious. Oh my gosh, so delicious. The flavors of this one are out of this world, especially if you like Reese's peanut butter cup kind of flavors, chocolate peanut butter. But it's really messy to eat because this is not real firm. You know, it's kind of, it gets gooey after you've been holding it for a while. So I ended up putting half of mine in a bowl and eating it with a spoon. So we kind of like the baked ones better, but the flavor of this one, the reason we like the baked ones, they're cleaner to eat. This one, the taste, OMG, so good, you guys. So here you go. And look, there's little spoon designs on it. Isn't that so cute? Happy spoons. Anyway, I hope you give some ice cream sandwiches a try. There's a ton of ideas on pamperedchef.com. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, guys.